Hello everybody, welcome back to Delving. In this episode we are going to build a camera system for a 2D platform game in Unity, focusing on smooth movement, clean player follow, and using 2D Confiner to keep camera inside the level boundaries. We are also set a perspective background to add more depth and visual interpretation to the scene. If you want to learn how to create a 2D platform from scratch, you can start from the first video in this series. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, there's two ways to set up camera to follow character. The first version is completely easy, but it's not helpful. For example, you can just move your character at the center of the view, and then you can just drag your camera on the character. So as a child, it will follow your character. But as you can see, it's not smooth at all, and it's extremely bad. So let's go for option 2. And for option 2, you have to install a package, Cinemachine. So go to Package Manager and then search about Cinemachine and then install it. Okay, to using Cinemachine, you have to right click and then you are going to find Cinemachine and use a simple Cinemachine camera here. Okay, there we go. As you can see, we have some changes here. So we have some config that you have to set it up. We have tracking target and other things such as position control and rotation control. For setting target for tracking, I'm going to create a child for character. I'm going to name it camera target. There we go. Now I'm going to assign the camera target to tracking target. So if I just play it, you can see nothing happened because we have to set the position and rotation control. For this 2D game, we don't have any kind of rotation. So for position, I'm going to use the follow. We have many new features, but in this scenario, I'm going to use the follow version. As you can see, now we have it. So there we go. Now we have our character, but we need more setup for making good. And we have Cinemachine follow here. In the runtime mode, I can just set it up. So I'm going to set the index of Z to maybe 30. Good. And we need some offset for Y. And here is our Y. And now I can just copy the component. And in the offline mode, I'm going to paste it again. There we go. As you can see, it's completely smooth, and if you look to the camera, you can see we have damping that you can set it up here. It's already 111, but you can change it to any kind of parameter you want. Good. But we have another problem. We have a skybox of blue here that I'm going to set boundaries to make it's forbidden to show this kind of area that is out of the mouse. Okay, for setup, I'm going to add the extension. So we have many extensions. In this scenario, I'm going to use Cinemachine Confiner 2D, and we need a collider. Okay, now we have box collider 2D. So I'm gonna use it to expand. So I need size here and here. Okay, sounds good for me. For example, here and then here. Okay, I need to set it as a trigger too, and the thing is important that I have to assign confiner to here, and there we go. You can see it changed the color to yellow. So if I just play it, you can see I can move again, but if I jump, there is no more follow up on the top because we have boundary here and there is no blue area. But I have to set more boundaries here at the beginning of the game because we have nothing here. So I'm going to change it more. For example, I can just set it as offset here, and there we go. So I can just have this kind of config. So I'm going to copy the component and paste it again. Very nice. So I can move, I can follow, but there is no problem out of this. And here I'm going to add more details to my map, so I'm going to leave it alone for here. There we go. Okay, the next thing is about when I jump, you can see background is completely static and I don't like it. So I can do one thing to make it more perspective. I can just select my background and I can move it a little in depths and I can scale it up. And now let's test it again. Okay, as you can see, we have more smoothness here because we have perspective vision. There we go. Let's make it more smooth at the background. And of course, you can add more details to your game to make it more perspective and visualize. Okay, maybe you ask yourself, what was the reason about the camera target and why I didn't just assign the character? Imagine you are just walking around your game and then in here you are showing something in the middle of the view. So I'm going to just drag it out of it with the scripts and then I can just easily move it. Let's just back to 2D version. And now I can tell you I can just move it here to show some things, or here or any kind of a thing that I want to show you. So it's completely useful for this kind of thing, but I'm going to do it in the future. But for now, we have a simple Cinemachine controller here. Okay, there's another thing that I want to make it fix. Is about actually sticker here. As you can see, we have problem about jumping, and what happened if I just move it here, I'm going to stack until I just keep the D. So there's a problem, and how I'm going to fix it is about you have to select your character first of all, and then you have to collider. One of them is trigger, so leave it. Another one is not trigger, and I'm going to add a material physics to my player. So here you can just create another folder and then you can create a physics material. I need another for player, another one for platforms. There we go. And as you can see, we have some configuration here. We have friction in static and dynamic, and we have bounce. So it's about the friction that we have a problem in here. So for player, I'm going to set it to maybe 0.01, and I'm going to do this exact for static too. And the easy version is about you have to just assign your player material to here, and actually we have a problem because maybe it's not 2D physics material, and this is a problem, and it could happen for you more than you can think. So we have physics material, and I'm going to search for 2D physics material. Yeah, we have it here, and now I can do it again. Okay, now we have here only just one friction, so I'm going to set it as a again maybe 1, and we have a problem. The main object name player1 should match asset file and platforms. I'm going to fix the object, so now we have no problem. So I'm going to call this one 0.01 and here 2. Okay, now for character, I'm going to add this one here. Okay, as you can see, we have no problem now. Very nice. Good. I just create platform to to be sure that if the player didn't work, you can just assign it to here too. For example, if you want to make a slippery platform to slip your character and anything, you can use this one too, but for now I don't need it. Okay, now you can just need to expand your game more. For example, you have a lot of platforms here, so you can add more platforms and add more backgrounds. For example, without the background, the simple way is about you can just drag it here and make it here, and just be sure that you are all fixed about your background. So yeah, we have it here. This is a simple way to assign it to make more than duplicate your background, but there is a better ways that we will do it in the next future episodes. But for now, I'm going to use this way. And here I can just clean my hierarchy. For example, I have two backgrounds, so I'm going to move this one to here and call it backgrounds. There we go. And now at the platforms, we have a lot of platforms here. Let's just move character here, and they are in order now. So I'm going to add another one, for example here, and then here. And let's do it more. You can just follow my platforms and my design, or you can create your own design. And that's it for this episode. If this tutorial was helpful, feel free to like this video, subscribe to Deving for more Unity tutorials, and we will continue building our 2D platform step by step in the next episodes. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.